This is a fine ship, Gov.
Better when she works.
Is there a chance for a berth?
Sailed before, have you?
On the barges, Gov. It's never blue like.
I never do like. Run away for home, did you?
Ah, from business. Street trading. And before that, I was a Dr. Barnardo's.
Were you now?
I can read and write, Gov.
Barnardo's boy. I shouldn't want that you can. You'll make no more than you keep, mate.
Yes, Gov.
Jack of all trades. Cabin boy, scully, ships and sailmakers, mate.
Well, Thomas and the dog's body at your service, son.
Dog's bone more like it, you little skip.
That's your please, Gov.
Call me master. Governors are for prisons and colonies.
Hi, master. Does that mean I'm on then?
No one ain't on until the owner has got a cargo for us.
Signor Onedin.
The silver. Fruit.
Correct. Your schooner, the one presently clearing cargo at number 10 wharf.
Cleared an hour gone.
And so ready to make passage for the Azores.
She'll outfly those Sulcum schooners that you've been using.
Confirm that and you have a contract for the season, 1 guinea per ton.
For the full season?
When you have proved her paces.
She'll sail on the tide.
And I shall make passage with her.
Oh? How's that?
30 years in England. Time to leave my son Eduardo in charge here.
Oh, I see. So the contract will be with your son.
With me, senor. With me. If you ship me and my possessions, my few possessions.
Oh, and how many is few?
7, 8 cases.
It cost you a tidy bit, you know, to ship that lot with the mail steamer.
The value of my contract. Any Salacom skipper
All
would be...
right. Free passage.
Good. Please, special security for my possessions.
A special.
Your thieving British seaman.
Nobody thieves on board my ship. Baines? Captain Baines?
Sir.
Ah, yes. Toss it to sail on the tide, to the Azores.
Fruit?
Oh, and 8 cases to be kept under special lock and key. You can knock up a petition in the corner of the hold. Satisfied?
Bon.
Right. Well, De Silva, I shall see you on board the ship.
Obrigado, senor.
Okay.
Doesn't he trust us?
Portuguese?
He giving you a contract for the season?
I'll have it signed before we put him ashore at Ponta Delgado.
We?
Aye. Chance into the fruit trade, Seth.
I'll log as fast a time out of her as ever you will.
Maybe so.
Well, then who's going to be master, you or me?
Well, how would you like to stay on shore? Keep young Seth company.
Oh, Seth will manage handy enough alone. Up for his clerk's ticket, first class, is Seth.
So, got complaints, have we?
Just wondering about my ship.
You mean those boilers aren't fitted yet?
They haven't even arrived.
What? But I told you weeks ago to get it sorted.
I know. I've written to him twice.
Written? Look, you get yourself to Barrow and Furnace personally. Get off your backside. Do something useful like a partner should.
Damn it, Mr.
No,
Onedin.
you damn it. You see to it that steam tub of yours is ready to sell when we come back next month.
Must be 3 years since we last met, Mr. Jarvis.
Aye, all of that. Caribbean it was. You were heading home with the Black Pearl.
Aye, good times. Well, what'd you think of it?
Well, I reckon when you've got those boilers fitted, she'll be as good as new. And a lot of work on her. Must have cost you a bob or two.
Well, I've got a partner now.
What? But she was all yours.
Aye, so she was.
Hard times, eh? Who have you rode in with?
Onedin line.
James Onedin. Oh, you'll have the shirt out your back before you know it. Can't you get shot of him?
Only wish I could. Worst day's work I ever did going in with him. Treats me like some damned errand boy, not a partner.
Here was I hoping you'd have need of a first mate.
Well, happen I will. 6 or 7 weeks, maybe.
Not if Onedin has any say in it. We didn't exactly part in the best of terms, him and me.
As master of this ship, I choose my own crew, Mr. Jarvis.
Not while Onedin's your partner, you won't. Still, thanks for the drink. Well, she's a fine ship. Pity you lost her.
When does Uncle James leave?
On the next tide. This time the Azores.
He's not one to swallow the anchor.
Stubborn, like his daughter.
About these bills of sale.
No, Samuel. About Charlotte.
Look, Aunt Leslie, I know you mean well.
But you don't want me poking my nose in, is that it?
No. No, it's just that I feel I should be able to deal with Charlotte on my own.
Well, sometimes it does help to talk about things with Onedin.
Freedom? But she has a nanny for the children, servants to run the house. What more can she want?
Well, perhaps an allowance. Some means of her own.
Cash?
Well, Samuel, she is tied to you for everything, bar the air she breathes. Give her enough to make her feel that she's someone in her own right.
Mrs. Onedin?
Mr. Burgess? Light on gallantry this morning.
Forgive me. A bad day.
My father, no doubt. My father doesn't always win.
No. He's so...
They make men live like sewer rats.
What's madams?
Shipping with us, also passenger. So you'd best look to your galley.
Well, there you see. Oh, you hear that, lad? Give me some handy pickings in the go.
Like what?
Like grog. That's like what?
£3,000? Cash?
Well, credit up to 3,000. Credit with the bank. But I'm not thank you for drawing it all out in one go.
Samuel.
Also, these. Registered in your name as of this morning.
Onedin line shares?
15% of the total.
My dowry?
As was. Now your own.
Why, Samuel? What's it about?
You, lass. It'll give you a sense of freedom. And you'll have to make a few more of your own decisions.
But so much.
Mark of respect.
Now then, tomorrow, London, first train, the exhibition.
What?
Exhibition of inventions. You said you wanted to see it.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, now, I'll take you.
No, not tomorrow. Maybe next
No,
week.
now, tomorrow.
I'd like to. I really would. But if you remember, I do have an appointment.
Well, then cancel it.
Oh, I can't. It's to do with Aunt Letty's flockworks. There's some query from the accountants.
Put them off. It won't be the end of the world.
Charlotte, I know you've no head for business, but what with all this money I've just given you, I'm stretched to the limit. Now, I'm sorry, but I have to be on that Manchester train this evening.
This evening? Yeah. And I've asked that Mr. Burgess around, especially to meet you.
That fellow in Uncle James's office?
Tonight. Especially.
Well, don't worry, we can invite him some other time. I'm sorry, Charlotte, but business comes first.
Francie, you there! Crack her off open.
Take care.
I will. So, goodbye to England, then.
We'll have Mr. Onedin along as company, sir.
Oh, is that so? I'm afraid company will be as little use to me as food.
You a poor sailor, sir?
Cook standing off, Captain.
Waiting for you, sir.
Belongings all stowed to your liking, is over. Falling. Should be in for a sprightly run.
I'm looking forward to meeting your husband.
Oh. Well, Samuel suggested you come this evening, so I sent you the note. And within the hour, a wretched telegram called him off to Manchester. No, I thought, he's a bachelor gay, neglects his food. Let him come all the same and sing me some sea songs. Just a thimble. I've no head for it.
I'd already found out the girl's name, and I popped her brother and asked after my intentions. Here, boy, see if a passenger will take some brandy, at least.
Yeah, that's my best vintage, is that?
Well, the passenger's not rubbish, neither.
And then, where was that Welsh hussy, eh?
I guess she really said a cab of meat. They'd be like...
Oh, no, go away!
Right, I'll go.
I haven't caught one less trouble than the fancy man she had in tow, so I'll be paying for my place from this day. And it as
You're
well.
no fool, are you, brother?
Oh, I still could marry someday, though.
How's that going to be, lad? Not with the owner on board. Away. It's no God Almighty. No. The Almighty is just and merciful.
See, the boatswain's got ideas above himself.
No more than to see honest men respected for their work. Respect.
They are mine and never, they are mine and never from this I'll part.
A voice fit for the stage, sir.
Where I yet may end the way things look. It's true. Working as your father's office boy, I've seen the light. Realized I'm not half ruthless enough for the harsh world of commerce.
You both have ambition, but my father's driven by pride. You by the spirit of adventure. Which is the more worthy, the more desirable?
Time I was underway.
Oh, well. What have we got here? Ah, very handy.
I thought we was checking for leakage.
Ah, well, there's more than one kind of that. Now you ask yourself, Tom, why's all this locked up and secure?
I don't know. What do you reckon, crown jewels?
Well, there could be some handy pickings that nobody'd miss. Lala. With the help of the wee fella here. See, he steals us the keys for the master's cupboard. Gets them tomorrow when I'm down there to cock you unseen. We unlock, unscrew the lids, sift through for this and that.
They'll be missed.
Not if the crates are screwed down neat and proper like they were before. Strongholds relocked, keys back in the master's cupboard, crates unloaded after we dock, we nip ashore and trade the pickings.
Sounds fair, Glasgow.
A thing of pure beauty.
Not from me.
You'll do as you're told! Else the master might get to hear of all that fine brandy you've been selling us.
Selling, but I've not been selling...
You're one against ours! Right, Ned?
Aye, Glasgow.
It ain't right, master.
You saying she's undermanned?
I am.
There are 4 of you.
2 ABs, a cook and a boy.
She's not exactly a tea clipper.
1 hand for each 50 tons of recognised burden.
There's that.
My dear, well, I take it he does need darkness. We could have shutters fitted to the gazebo.
I don't understand.
For his seances. Your, spiritualist friend.
Oh, you mean Mr. Pilgrim? Really, Elizabeth, you shouldn't mock.
My dear Sarah, I am altogether just anxious to welcome you.
Oh, dear. There are so many things to review. There's the house. Oh, and I'm due to take the waters of Bath for a start.
Very well, after that.
But what about you, your social activities?
Oh, nothing. My life is one of almost unvaried blandness. Oh, it's true. Apart from the office and certain business activities,
Mr. Oakshott of Lees has called, my lady.
What does he want, Gladwin?
He has a riding coat for you, my lady.
A riding coat?
Obviously from Daniel, how kind and thoughtful.
No, Sarah, it is neither kind nor thoughtful. Very well, Gladwin, show Mr. Oakshott in. I shall simply send it back with a message to Daniel.
Send it back? But why?
For a month after we parted, Sarah, he sent me flowers.
The gentleman insisted on the very latest styling.
It's exquisite. At least do Mr. Oakshott the courtesy of trying it on.
Please.
Under no circumstances.
His lordship did anticipate some resistance, but said...
Who?
Viscount Marston, the lady.
The Viscount Marston?
Uniquely so, I fancy, ma'am.
But surely... Viscount by title, perhaps, but with the manners of a bog trotter. Oh, forgive me, sir.
Only if you...
Yes, I forgot to tell you about that, Sarah. It was when I was out riding. I'd stopped to water that new gelding of mine when, all of a sudden, out of the blue, this madman comes charging across the ford. The fellow all but ran me down, completely spattered me with mud. It was most unmannerly.
Said to offer this, your ladyship, to make amends.
And fittingly enough, at that.
Well, I never. Charles Marston, one of the most eligible men in the north of England. No, my dear, it is altogether out of the question.
What is?
If this is your unvaried blandness, I wouldn't dream of intruding upon it.
Adams, you've been listening to that socialist rogue, Havelock Wilson. Ought to be put on public trial for incitement.
Wilson's every right to speak his ideas.
Ideas? Poison. Poison in the minds of honest folks' lands. And don't you go defending him. I've heard him whining to you about undermanning and crowding sail.
Any luck? He's down there now.
Listen, I don't think we ought to go...
You do as you're told, or else you're for it.
Let's go!
All right.
I suppose so.
Hey, boy! Give a hand!
the master.
You'll stay.
But look at him.
He's done for. There's only one place left for him now. The boy! Stop him, Ned! Stop him!
Seth Burgess. Just about had my fill of that young upstart, I have.
He does seem a shade light on ballast.
He's a dreamer. He's all set to become another Samuel Cunard overnight.
You're shifting course.
Mr. Onedin! Mr. Onedin, sir, it's the bosun.
Bosun's over, sir.
Put her about, then. Put her about. McGade, ready the boat. You, boy, give a hand with the boat.
Take the strain while I unlash it.
More helm, Harris. I don't want her caught in irons.
Leave the talk to me. Adams was drunk, came after you. I stopped him. First thing, down the hold for those keys. Remember, you're in it as deep as we are now.
They got in by the look of it. McDade, you and the boy to the saloon.
Raging drunk, sir.
Adams? Now, don't you get foul of me, McDade.
Well, truth it is, sir. See, it was a lad here.
Eh?
Adams was lusting after him.
What, because of the drink?
Aye. Went for him like a wild animal. Right, lad?
Aye.
The bosun went for you?
Aye, chased him up on deck, laid into him with a pin.
Is that right, boy?
Yes, master.
Well, that's when I went after him. Me and then Ned Harris. Raging he was.
Aye, sir.
Now, you swear proper.
I swear to God.
Go on, get her. That boy's lying.
I'll get him to tell tales against his forecastle mates.
Forecastle threateners, more like.
Why should they lie?
Well, Adams may have been a damn plague, but he was no grog man. Nor one to go stupid over a slip of a boy like that.
But don't dig into that, or you'll leave us with no hands at all.
Well, we'll have to blister our own, won't we, sir? And I'm going to have a good rummage round this ship. And that hold for a start.
All right, then. Do me a favour, I'll thank you to wait until we sight the Azores, eh?
So we went back and picked him up then?
Don't you ever creep up on me like that again, boy.
I can't help if I'm light-footed, can I?
Right. You keep your eye open while I stow the rest. Right. Let's have safe for a while. Put the keys back.
No, not yet.
I told you to put them back.
I haven't had a chance yet, have I?
Look, boy, you go and put those keys back right now.
I'll bide me time. I've got to wait until the saloon's empty.
If they find those keys are missing...
Listen, at 7 bells, I'll take down some tea. I'll try and put them back then.
Try? Oh, you better do better than that.
Well, Elizabeth, it's a very interesting proposition.
We shall be ideal company, Sarah and I.
I'm sure. And Mr. Pilgrim is to be banished to the gazebo, I hear. Well, now, where is this famous riding coat?
Oh, Sarah, and that tongue of hers.
Oh, well, she always did say more than her prayers.
Indeed.
What? Lees, too. Well, the dashing Viscount must have offended.
A man of taste, if impulsive.
Yes.
Mark you, I'm not the only one in the family to be dressed by Lees. Oh? Charlotte.
Really?
A whole new outfit. Still, it's hardly surprising, Samuel lavishing all that money on her. Oh, well, haven't you heard? £3,000 and his Onedin shares.
But
Well, I called this morning, really, to see young Robert. Charlotte was in the middle of her fitting. Naturally, I remarked on the expense, and she told me, rolled as brass.
£3,000?
What I can't understand is how Samuel could have done such an ill-advised thing.
Mom?
Why, Mr. Burgess? How most fortunate.
Well,
I shall return with Mr. Burgess.
That was tactless of me. I should have driven past.
Why?
The groom.
Oh, but we have nothing to hide. Have we?
Servants gossip just the same. Your husband could misread it, whatever the truth.
Might remind him it's no mere chattel he's married.
Him or us?
Yeah, but there are other ways of doing things.
Look, you saw how it was. A righteous fool.
I ain't blaming you. Just the same, I'm off this ship soon as ever I can.
How are you going to slip your cable?
As soon as we're in Ponta Delgado tomorrow, I'm off.
There's your share. Help me your way.
Oh, you're a mate, Glasgow.
Well, we've got to stick together.
Charlotte, are you saying that your husband, without any rhyme or reason, just gave you £3,000?
Yes.
But why?
He said it was a mark of respect for me.
£3,000, eh? Did he impose any condition as to how you should spend the money?
No. He simply said I should make my own decisions.
Ah, yes, very wise. Yes, how clever of him.
How do you mean, clever?
Well, don't you see? At the moment, you have no interest in business whatsoever. Now, he obviously hopes that you will invest this money in some worthwhile venture, thereby foster an interest in business.
I never thought of it like that. But yes, you
Now, the
could
question
be.
is, what should you invest in? Obviously something of which you have some knowledge. Shipping, for instance.
Well, yes, I do know a little about that.
But it must be a sound investment. And, of course, you must be able to trust the people concerned. Yes. Ideally, you want to go into partnership. Oh, dear. What a pity you ever spoke to your husband about the Black Pearl.
Why?
Well, don't you see? Now I'm honour bound to offer him that half share in the Black Pearl. Would have been a golden opportunity for you, Charlotte.
But it still can be, Seth. I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Really? Now, that is fortunate. My word. Charlotte Onedin in shipping. Wouldn't that surprise everyone?
Yes, wouldn't it? How much would it cost?
Well, now, let's see. 1,200 for the half share. Say, 800 for the refitting. Yes, £2,000. That would make you half owner of the Black Pearl.
£2,000?
Turn a tidy profit in steam. 10% a year at least.
And we'd have a proper contract drawn up.
But of course. Everything legal and correct.
Well, then I'll do it.
You've made a very wise decision, Charlotte.
And who knows? With good fortune, we might even be able to buy a few more of these shares.
And what shares are those?
The Onedin line. I own 15%.
Do you now? Welcome aboard, partner.
My accountants reckon you deceived me, Aunt Letty.
Did they?
You sold me that factory on the strength of last year's accounts.
Nothing wrong with those.
Oh, no, but there is with this new agreement with your workers.
You knew? You said it was the talk of the Chamber of Commerce.
The wages increased, but you didn't tell me about the other things, did you?
Oh, well, the agreement wasn't signed then, Samuel.
Reduced hours, free meals, outings. I wonder you didn't throw in full board and keep while you were about it. That agreement...
It's as straight as Sunday.
Aye. They don't work on Sunday, though, do they? Anyway, I've set the remedy.
You've not docked that penny an hour.
No, I've not. I should have. But I've told McGahey to get them back on full hours.
Oh,
No, I've got orders to fill. I'm not in business for charity.
How's Charlotte?
What?
Well, you're very generous towards her, by all accounts. 3,000 in her dowry shares.
Has Charlotte been here?
Oh, never mind how I know. It's too much, Samuel.
Well, you were the one who told me to.
Oh, allow the filly the run of the paddock, I said. Not turn her loose on the common.
No more than my father did for Mother.
Yes, well, that's as maybe, but Charlotte is not Sarah.
Don't see the difference.
Sarah has no pedigree for
For what?
philandering.
Aunt
Now,
Letty,
look,
that...
Samuel. I'm simply saying that a fortune like that is too much cash for a girl of her spirit.
Make her own decisions, you said.
Oh, aye, and her own mistakes, too, at this price. An allowance of £2 or £3 a month was all I meant.
Ah, well, I'm not a man to go back on my word, Aunt Letty.
Mr. Jarvis!
I'm below, Captain Burgess.
Got my note, then?
Aye. Just about to sign for a Swansea Kohler. What's this all about?
Just come from the solicitors. The Black Pearl's mine.
Huh? What happened? A rich aunt died on you?
I've got a new partner now.
You just said she was yours.
As good as. Listen, my new partner is a young lady with more money than sense. Knows little of the sea, even less about business.
Clever. And how did you convince Onedin to sell?
I haven't yet, but I will, as soon as he gets back. Then I'm off. Mediterranean, Red Sea, through to the Pacific. Are you on?
What do you sail?
A month, no more.
Costs money waiting. Long time, 4 weeks.
Half pay.
Done. And what happens to your lady friend? Do you slip her along with the cable?
No. Fair play, Mr. Jarvis. Reckon I'll send her a few pounds from time to time, just to keep her happy. Might even send her back a parrot.
Sorry, sir.
What are you up to at this hour?
I was just practising. See how Mr. Perry is a teacher of Barnardo's. He tells us always to be short and practice our letters. I'm sorry, Mr. Onedin, sir.
The fate of Bosun Adams was what?
Terrible to see.
Lando! Land on the port bow!
About time to.
Glasgow. You seen that boy? Mr. Onedin's calling for him.
Oh, not a sign since we docked.
Mr. Onedin won't like that.
Well, care to sign there?
The slowest voyage of my life.
If you'd once shown your nose on deck, you'd have noticed that we were beating against a sou'westerly all the way. So, where's that cabin boy?
Gone, sir. Searched stem to stern, but not a smell of him.
Eh?
I reckon he skipped off.
I thought as much.
Did you know?
Left in my cabin. How about his slops? Take those with him, too?
I couldn't say for sure, sir.
Care to take a look, Captain? I'll deal with that.
Onedin, about this contract now.
Fancy we should check on some of your belongings.
No, they are all unloaded.
I happen one or two choice items might have been left here.
It's gone. Everything he owned.
And some of yours along with it, I shouldn't wonder.
Aye, young Jade.
Take a look and see.
Police are on their way, Captain Baines.
Police, sir.
Aye, our passenger had some items pilfered from his belongings.
Aye, that boy.
That's certainly how it looks. Yes. Pilfering the crates while you were down in the hold caulking, I shouldn't wonder.
Well, not as I saw him, sir.
No, nor Bosun Adams.
Sir?
Well, maybe Bosun Adams chanced down the hold while the pilfering was in progress, caught the thief red-handed, and paid the price for his vigilance.
He was drunk, sir. Chasing the boy, like we said.
That's not how the boy puts it at all.
Oh, of course he wouldn't, sir. Not if he was a thief. I mean, he's bound to tell it different.
That's because McDade was doing the thieving, with you and the boy drawn into it.
Never.
You deny killing Bosun Adams?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, then maybe you wouldn't mind the captain here going through your sea chest.
No, go ahead.
I thought you wouldn't have got far. Go on then, get your slops. There they go. Your two mates. For the drop, I shouldn't wonder.
They're no mates of mine.
Of course they were. Let's just hope you've learned a lesson from this old ugly business.
Yes, Scout.
Needing a lesson in spelling and all. Harris has an H in it, for a start. Right, repeat after me. Harris.
Harris.
Harris has an H.
Harris has an H.
That's my boy.
Sign, please, sir.
Oh, for the full season.
Bon. Multi obligato, senor.
So, what's so multi obrogato, eh?
Satisfying Mr. De Silva's worries about your fruit contracts.
Oh, hey, this calls for a drink, De Silva, the brandy, lad.
No, not for me. Gout from your English food.
Hey?
No drink. Never.
What about those two bottles that the boy brought you, eh?
Pardon?
Excuse me. Here, you boy, I want you. Little monkey.
3 I said and 3 I meant.
Hey?
Well, we need someone to handle that to'gallant on the home.
On the next tide.
sheets are set, Master.
Let's teach him the helm, Captain. Got a long way to go.
Aye, sir.